Hey, welcome back. I've been working all morning on this drill press and I have made progress on it. And I'm going to take this column lock here the rest of the way off so I can get behind it and make this look pretty good. So I'll get that off real quick and we'll look around a bit. And get a big old ratchet way up here. This is the last nut. If it will cooperate. I hope you're all doing good today. It's starting to get real hot, so this is the last thing I'm gonna do outside. Okay, got the nut off. Let's see if I can get this bracket off here. Okay, yeah, that's the lock. I'll set this down on its head. And this is the cam here that actuates it. So I'll be able to get behind here and get this, this is one of the last areas, and up there to smooth this stuff off. It's like carbon, it's terrible. I found it's really best to not get this stuff airborne, and it smells really terrible. And I found if I get it in my clothes, it'll cause a rash where my clothes rub. So kind of got to keep the stuff out, but scraping it and hand sanding it with coarse paper, the stuff just falls down and doesn't get in the air. So okay, I'll get you loose here. I'll go around and have a little bit of a look. I'm getting the motor there, which I think is really a cool motor, detailed. And I'm going to paint it two-tone and try to, on this machine, you know, pieces like this and other parts, try to make them shiny, shiny metal to kind of give this thing kind of a better look. Distract from its problems. But the problems are becoming few. And I'll go up and have a look. Up I go. Yeah, this is what it looks like from up here. And I don't know if you can see the back of the head there. It's quite a bit smoother. And this is getting all taken care of here, all this detail. This here was planed. Almost feel bad about painting that. But, you know, if I don't want to remove the motor, I bump started the motor and it runs. If I was going to remove the motor, I would leave that, but I'll just paint it. It'll preserve that wonderful planing marks. I like the way they make these old machines. They just, they made these old machines with bigger old machines, I guess. Yeah, the stains will fade over time out of the column. You know, and it's not uncommon. You see these things that someone really took some rude sandpaper and cleaned up something like that, which I think is a very bad thing to do. I suppose it's okay for a drill press that's just going to be used for fabrication. But drill presses like this one and many others are precision machines. And I mentioned it before, I couldn't find 2/10,000ths of an error with a micrometer on that column. So, I don't know. I think they're pretty precise. Let me get my good footing here. I gotta be careful. I promised everybody it won't fall. Okay, let's go back over here. This is a project after the machines. Can't believe it. Oh, nice and cool in here. I have to tell you, I really like coming in here on a hot day because it stays cool. Oh, I had to have a little sip of tea. I got a cup of tea going on here. But I've got some still photographs showing this shack of mine here. And at one time, there was a Lodge and Shipley 18-inch swing, and it had 54-inch centers. And it weighed over 10,000 pounds with a Copymatic tracer on it. Was sitting right here. And I had a Bridgeport sitting right where that old Brown & Sharpe was. And that's what I had before I started my machine shop in this town that I had over on the other side of town in a little building that I think it had 1,200 square feet. That was a body shop. Maybe I'll go for a nostalgia bike ride sometime and show you that building and talk about lessons learned. You know, if you're going to rent space for a machine shop, I'll tell you right now, you got to stay in control of all your chemicals, you know, solvents and all that. In this state of Washington, where you can be in deep doo-doo, you have to account for everything you buy. Like, you know, solvent, stuff like that. But as a homeowner, you can pretty much pollute away. You can dispose of just about everything to the landfill as a homeowner as sludge, you know, like soak it up in kitty litter. Well, here I am back at the KDK thing, and I thought I could show some interesting things about this really obsolete system here. And these KDKs came out in 1950. And the last Axelson that looked like an Axelson that I could find came out in 1959. And after that, they made Axelsons out of sheet metal and all kinds of did weird things to them. But even had some combination machines with old castings and sheet metal. Weird machines. I don't know much about anything like that, though. Now, on these KDK tool posts, this one here is a very early one. And it's got a very early serial number. And I want to show you just where it shows up on the compound, and it's really kind of not quite right. That's not enough support if it's facing this way. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, so they what I'm going to have to do is on the nut here. Let me get that off. Is just move it so it kind of shoves the tool post over just a little bit. Let's see if I can stab that back on there. These size tool post here weighs 10.5 pounds. And this is no kidding. Here's a regular tool holder for the 200 series. It's called a 4-way, kind of a standard holder. And I threw it on the scale with just this knurling tool in it, and it weighed 7.5 pounds. This stuff really kind of goes with the Axelson because it's too heavy. Okay, now later tool posts, and same with the 200. There's actually 6 tool posts sitting here. They moved the bolt back, and you see it hangs it over the top of the compound more than this. This is just not enough support, really, unless, let me pull this out and set it over here. down here. Don't want to fall on you. Unless you put the tool post in this position, see? You know, you have the tool post parallel with the ways. So, or a combination of, see? But it's not very happy sitting like that. Now, now this is interesting here. Let's get the smaller one here over here on this Monarch 10EE. And I don't have a T-nut for it, but you can see it click back and forth with the bolt there. And I'll get a standard tool holder. Here's one here. Just want to show you this. You might find this really interesting. And let's put a standard tool holder in there. Put that in the middle. And you see how far back of the spindle this is? It's right about even, sitting right there with the short taper here, okay? Let's take this off, set it back over here, and grab the old Alura. See, I got the Alura sitting here on the cutter grinder. See, you can attach, Alura works quite well on the cutter grinder. So I showed you that. If you want to do that, you don't have to do any of this stuff. This is weird stuff I do to try to make this stuff work. I don't know if I can stab that in there. I'm trying. Let's see. There we go. Loosen that a little bit. There we go. Now let's move that over. You see, the tool kind of projecting normally is right in the center of the spindle. So those KDKs kind of offset stuff a bunch. I'll be back. Thanks.